Namaste, namaste, namaste to everyone. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. I am Empress, and welcome to the official launch of Let's Talk Her Story with Empress. It is my pleasure, my absolute pleasure, to be here with you all today. It is a wonderful day, and you know what? This launch has been up and coming for a while now. And I am so happy, I am thankful that I'm able to bring it forth to you today in recognition, actually, of my mom's Earth Strong, which is this week. So this show is dedicated to her. Now, this here is a platform, or it's a show where women are going to tell their stories. This is a show about your stories, my stories, the stories of our mothers, the stories of our daughters, our aunts, and all the women in our lives, and all the women who may have the voice or who may not have the voice to be able to tell their stories. It's a place where a sacred space to have conversations with each other. And I am fortunate to be able to bring it forth to you today. I say this is the beginning of something incredible. A spotlight being placed on women to be able to discuss whatever it is that they feel is on their heart to discuss without judgments or any stigma whatsoever. So nothing is off the table. It is no longer taboo. This is a space where you will feel comfortable in discussing your story. And who better to tell your story but you? So I am just the vehicle, your hostess, to bring it forth, to allow it to happen. So please sit down, grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of wine, grab some tea. Today, I'm going to be having something light so that we can have some conversations. Like I said, today's dedicated to my mom. But just to give you a little bit of insight about me, my name is Empress, but I was born under the name Anthea. But a few years ago, I went through, and probably still going through, my own spiritual journey when the name Empress was basically given to me by the Most High. And that's who I am. Most people who know me, especially the latter part of the past few years, know me as Empress. If you work with me professionally, then you may know me as Anthea or Miss D, which many of my people who work in the school district will know me as Miss D. So I'm here to just discuss me, just have conversations with me. Today, this show, it's just me, but later on, please, you know there are going to be lots of tea here. So I'm asking you to please go on and subscribe to my YouTube channel where I will be posting most of my shows. Eventually, we will have our platform, our podcast platform, and wherever podcasts are being listened to, you will be happy to hear Let's Talk Her Story with Empress. But in the meantime, you may find me on my Facebook page, Let's Talk Her Story with Empress. You may find me on my Instagram page, or you may find me anywhere. You just put it up and you will absolutely find me. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I will be there. And most of you who know me, I am going to be as authentic as possible in the best way I know how. Because the only person I know how to be is to be me. So there may be times you may see me and I may have hair. There may be times you may see me or I may have my bald head showing. In any event, it is still me. There may be times when I may have my ethnic wear on. There may be times when I'm a girl who likes fishnets. I love pearls. I love lace. I love leather. I love all those sexiness. And I also like to wear my African wear. So I wear many hats. Like I said, see this hat here? That's me also. So this hat signifies, as a woman, the many hats that we wear. Because women, I must say, we wear so many hats in this society, in our lives, and really do not get enough credit for them. We are mothers, we are wives, we are sexual goddesses, we are tantric beings, we are aunties, we are grandmothers, we are all of that. We are in the boardroom and in the bedroom. We are, most of the time, try to be in our feminine energy, but still have to balance that masculine energy that we have to use when we need to use it. So, in any event, we as women, we are phenomenal. Like Maya Angelou said, I am a phenomenal woman. We are phenomenal women. And if you have a phenomenal woman in your life, go ahead and celebrate her. Celebrate her. Because I don't go by the saying, or beside every great man is a good woman. No, not behind. Most of the times people say behind, but I see it as beside. Because if you have a great man, your counteract is a great woman. You know, like people who go to the church and they says there's a saying about being unequally yoked. Well, there's the thing. If you're great and you don't have another great person next to you, there's an imbalance. If you're awakened and you don't have another awakened person with you, you're imbalanced. So I don't need anyone to complete me. I am complete as I am. I am constantly working on myself. So when I meet that partner, or when he meets me, I am going to be a complete woman, being, to stand beside him and rule. So I don't need anyone to fix me because I'm working on myself. So, thank you again for being here with me today. And like I said, this show is dedicated to my mom. And for me, just a little bit of snippet about me. I was born in Dominica, in the beautiful nature island of Dominica in the West Indies, that's where I grew up. And then later on, moved to the Virgin Islands, and then spent most of my life to this date in the States, in New York. That's where I was married, had my children, and lived most of my life. But growing up in Dominica was not really an easy childhood, which some of it is probably I don't remember, because of all the trauma I went through in my childhood growing up in Dominica. But on the other hand, that's where some of my fondest memories are from Dominica. My mom, which this show is dedicated to her, she was one out of 9, and she was the third child. Myself, I'm one out of 8, and I am the third child. So it's just the significance of all of that, and there's certain things that just comes back to my mind on the parallel between my mom and myself. Now, my mom had her own relationship with her mom, and she started having children from an early age. I think she was like 14 when she had my eldest brother, and most of my life I did not know my mom. I grew up with, I would say, other caretakers, and part of the time with my father, which that was not such a great relationship either. But growing up in Dominica, going to our rivers, going to the countryside with my grandmother to visit my grandmother on the weekends was the funnest part of my childhood, and I will forever treasure that. Now, Most people know me by Anthea, like I said, my on the professional level. But on the spiritual level, most people who know me to this day still know me as, or do know me as Empress.